It's been great, but I think it's been a little too long. But we're excited for the opportunity. Obviously, there are 6 teams left. We're one of the teams that have an opportunity to hang it up at the end. So hopefully we finish out strong, but we've had a great week of practice.
I guess you have to get up for this game, right? And the players have to be, performing on the day because there isn't another one otherwise.
Definitely. Honestly, going into Southeast, I felt like the vibes were a little different, and obviously the guys played like it. There was nothing that was needed to motivate them, and over the last 7 or 8 days or so, we've had about 5 practices, and I would say that every practice has taken another level in the right direction. But as you know, some of the times it doesn't translate to the game, but I'm confident with where we are.
How pleasing is that, Mahmoud, to see the level going up? Because I know in the past you've sort of talked a little bit about effort and stuff maybe not being quite near where it needed to be. I guess, have you seen that, and is that pleasing?
Yeah, I mean, we've had a ton of good practices. It's just that in the game sometimes we let the offensive side dictate our energy. So when we come out, we miss a few shots early on. It's dictating what our energy is on the defensive end. For the majority of the part, we've had, I would say, good competitive practices throughout the season. We just have to show it in the games more consistently. And like I said, I'm confident with what we've done. I'm confident going into the game against New Zealand, and obviously having a home game for the first round is obviously beneficial as well.
What do you expect from New Zealand? Because obviously you weren't here and a couple of the other guys weren't here, but really competitive grand final series with them last season.
It's a different roster, for both teams, but we know how tough they are, we know how physical they are. Obviously, they were the first team that we played against this season, in a scrimmage. So, at the end of the day, this is going to be the 5th time that we see them. So the guys know how physical they are, what they can do, but I think we're prepared.
That performance, is that, obviously you've seen such an up and down season, but the performance the other day, is that more what you're expecting the team to be now heading into the finals? That's all the dominance, that's all.
I hope so. Obviously, I hope so. When we play well, we play very well. There hasn't been like an in-between for us. When we started off 7-3, we won 3, I think it was 1 possession or 2 possession games. And then we hit the bumps in the road, and we lost some close ones. But, when we beat Cairns, we beat New Zealand, obviously we beat Southeast, they were double-digit victories. And when we're playing well, and that's where it goes back to the previous questions that when we start out well in the first couple possessions, it changes the entire momentum of the game. But to win playoff games, you've got to be able to play through runs. Whether you come off struggling in the first minute or second minute or start of the second half, you've just got to be able to withhold the runs and be able to attack, and I think we'll be ready.
Have you got any, a game plan that you've come up with? You've got a game plan, obviously, but do you hit them with something different than they're not expecting on the night in a match like this, or too late in the season?
Yeah, no, there's definitely a few things that we have that we've adjusted and that we will do differently. Obviously, I'll keep that for us and our team until the game. Hopefully it works, but we've definitely tweaked a few things on the defensive end, and then we're going to mix up some rotations as well on the offensive end, along with a few other things. But those are the gist of our focus points.
Hard not having Geordie Hunter here, obviously such a crucial part of the season, and he's been such a consistent guy for you guys.
Yeah, so Kickers has been obviously talking to him. He's been responsible, so he's actually watched all of our practices. So he sent him what our game plan is going into Wednesday's game. He sent him film from our last 2 practices when we started focusing on the game plan. And I've texted with him. I watch his games with the Boomers. But we text back and forth, and he's as locked in as any of our guys.
So there's been like a live stream set up for him, or he's been watching?
No, we've just recorded it, and then we'll just send him an MP4 to his WhatsApp. Yep, simple as can be.
Working overtime in the
Yep, you got that right, baby.
Obviously, this club's had so much success in the last sort of few years. I mean, you touched on it about the gap between the best and worst this year, up and down stuff. What does a pass mark look like that you guys can be happy with for this season?
Obviously, at the end of the day, you want to win it all. Obviously, we want to do the best that we can, and wherever we end up, we'll see at the end of the season. But I think obviously the goal is to win a championship. 10 teams obviously start the season off to do that. There are only 6 teams left, but the goal for me is obviously to win it all. If we end up making the series, if we win one game, we'll figure it out. But at the end of the day, we want to win it all.
And what about for yourself personally? Do you feel that pressure given how much success there has been?
No, I honestly don't. I promise you guys. From day one, I've been asked about the three-peat a million times. I honestly, I don't feel any pressure. We're preparing and as if we want to win a championship, whether it would be our first, second, obviously it's the back of a three-peat, and I know that you don't get many opportunities to do so. So I know what's at stake, but there's no pressure on my end.
So you're not coaching for your job or anything like that?
Have you noticed the sort of talk around your future here? Like, there's been a little bit of talk sort of last few weeks. Have you been ignored, or have you noticed it at all?
I honestly don't even know. So I don't check social media. I don't check Instagram. I stay off of that stuff because at the end of the day, the people probably questioning my job have no clue what the job takes. So.
Luke Longley's just joined Instagram too. Check him out. But how excited are you about this match and at this time of the season? Because this is what it's all about, right?
Yeah, it's going to be fun, and it's, obviously the regular season you play each team at least 3 times. Obviously we played Illawarra 4, and you don't want to take anything for granted. We beat them 2 out of 3 times, but I'm making sure that my guys understand that it's a whole different ball game right now. Every possession from the jump is as important as the last possession of the game. So, like I said, they've had 10 days to prepare. They've dealt with some injuries, so who knows what their lineup is going to look like. Who knows what our lineup is going to look like. But at the end of the day, just right from the jump, we have to be ready to go.
Zelko practice?
Yeah, I think we had a good practice. We competed. We were locked in. It took us a little minute to get going, but once we locked in, it was a good practice.
Mahmoud was saying it feels like you guys have been practicing a lot. It feels like each session you guys are lifting the intensity into this Breakers game. Do you feel that?
Yeah, no, I feel like guys are pushing each other. We're comfortable. We're pushing each other now. We're really hungry to win, and I feel like we didn't meet our expectations this year. So I think we got a little chip on our shoulder. So, I don't know about the rest of the guys, but I know myself. I feel like I really want to win this game and get in the playoffs. So we got to take care of business on Wednesday. But I think as far as the team, I think we'll come ready to play.
Jordy Hunter obviously not here away with the Boomers. Mahmoud was saying you guys have been filling him in a lot. Has it been a bit weird not having him or a bit sort of inconvenient or anything?
Yeah, because we have like 1-5 without him, like true 5. But Jordy's smart. He'll figure it out. Give him the game plan. I'm sure he's watching the film on our WhatsApp and he'll come in and be fine.
When you say you've underachieved a bit this season, where do you think with your roster you should have been on the ladder? I know it doesn't matter now.
I feel like I don't know where we're at in the ladder, but I feel like we could have finished out better. But it is what it is. Sometimes it takes a minute to work things out. But hey, we live to fight another day, and that's all you can ask for is opportunity. So we're excited for this opportunity, and we'll be ready on Wednesday.
But do you think that that game the other day, that's more representative of what this team is capable of, should be putting on the court rather than sort of up and down season?
Yeah, we've showed flashes all season. I'm sure you guys saw. It feels good to have that be our last game heading into the playoffs. But yeah, we've been up and down all season, but we know what we're capable of. And when we're at our best, we're pretty freaking good. So we just got to come out with the same energy, intensity, and focus, and we'll be fine.
Have you seen that energy from the boys this week? Because
Yeah.
Mahmoud's been pretty on your case about that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I think we're hungry. I think everybody has something to prove. So I think, like I said, we're playing at home, home crowd. I know the Kudos is going to be packed, and our fans always show out. So we just want to give them a good show and survive in advance.
How do you match up with the Breakers from what you've seen this season and the clashes you've had, or where have you got them?
They're a really good team. They're here for a reason. They got pretty good players. They had 2 first team. I know Anthony Lamb is not playing, but they had 2 first team All NBL MVP candidates. So, we know we're matching up against. They're going to come in. They're going to be tough. They're going to play hard. So, but as for us, we just got to take care of business and hold each other accountable, and we'll be fine.
Is there pressure on this team, Zell, given how good they've been the last few years?
You can call it pressure, but it is what it is. They're the Sydney Kings. They're back-to-back champs of the NBL, and personally going to that award show and just seeing how much this league has grown and how much they put into it. It kind of was a reality for me. Like, dang, like okay, the Kings, winning 2 championships in a row is pretty big time. So you can call it pressure, you can call it a target on your back, whatever. But yeah, they're the Sydney Kings and they're back-to-back champs for a reason, and we probably felt you know, a little bit of expectation this year. But like I said, we live to fight another day.
Is McQuarrie all right? Just saw him training away from you guys.
Yeah, I think he just got a little nick. I don't know what's going on with him, but I think he'll be fine.